you have any freaking idea how much this means to me? This is like... I finally fixed my sewing machine. I can finally use it. And I'm finally going to finish up the rodent's tail. This is happening while I'm taking a break, doing the other paw and working on the trade. I'm finishing up the claws. So I'm gonna do 3 things at the same time. And little by little, I'm going back and forth on the same day doing the trade and the tail because I'm really freaking excited. So I am going to do the tail. Okay, so I've never seen this roll before and I've never seen them this small, okay? And I'm planning on making a drag tail because I've never done one and I really need to get my business out. Without an example of a drag tail, obviously I won't have any proof that I can make a drag, which I can. And honestly, that'd be so... I think it'd be fun if I were to make a drag tail. Oh man, those big and fluffy... You can just hug them and hold them around. I've never done that before and I really want to hug a tail. Anyway, I'm going to make the shape right now. First of all, I want to decide on how big I want the drag tail to be. And obviously, I want it to be on the floor. Don't worry, it's above my butt. So for this, I'm going to use yarn because my tape, measuring tape, I don't know. It's crazy. Let me look at that. This is going to be a very long tail. Look at that. Yeah, I am so freaking excited, my guys. That was a nice shot. It was okay, but it's something I can use. So this is what I have, and I try to make the tail as proportionate as I can. It's really hard, especially if it's a really big tail, which is something I've never done. I put the arrows on all of them. I also put the colors. I can explain. This is Spanish. This is in English. Negro, not. Don't worry. Look up black in the translator, and you'll get this. Don't freak out. The grease is great. So, yeah, no, please. Also, I recently saw a video of a fursuit tail, and it had a really big beginning part of the tail, and I really wanted to make it like a huge circle. I think that'd be really cute. I really want to try that out. Putting the fur on the ground is making me really uncomfortable. Okay, so obviously it was really hard to pin down the pattern down on the floor since the floor is not penetratable. So, I mean, I guess I hope this trick is gonna work, but there's a line here and here to let me know where I stopped and where to continue when I back up the fur. So I'm just giving you small updates, and I really don't know what to do. Okie dokie, so I stumbled upon the tip sticking out, and that is definitely no worry. You can do the same thing with curly tails. Now, I was going to cut it from here, but then I realized if I were to cut it from here, it would mean less stitching. I finally cut out both of the tails. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand sew these two together so it can be perfectly with the tail. Technically, I'm just connecting the pattern together so it could be the exact place, okay? I hope I'm making a lot of sense, but yeah, I mean, it seems to be aligned very well. And from there, I'm just gonna sew up. Up! I have the tail pinned down. And I'm already sewing it. I am so happy that my sewing machine is working. Because I do not want to freaking hand sew all this. Heck no. And I still have the black tail to do. I finished up the top part of the tail and I left this one unsewn. You'll see why. You'll see why. You'll see why. I also want to show you something. Look at me. I have a tentacle. I'm a kinky monster. tentacle. Oh. So I threw the other side of the tail because it kind of didn't seem, well, tail fluff, because it kind of didn't seem very proportionate enough. So I'm going to make it nice and proportional, and connecting together. That's how proportional I want it to be. Boom. I am so sorry if this actually makes you really uncomfortable, because looking at it like this, in a not Spanish way, can be pretty offensive. But I want everyone to know that in Spanish this means the color black. I'm so sorry. I should have done English. I'm so used to writing in Spanish. Okay, so when it comes with small curves or simply fur sticking out upwards, I hand sewn that myself and just sew the rest to make it easier. That's what I want to say. I flipped I flipped everything inside out, even this one, and I also sewed it in, except this, so I can put the filling inside, and I actually want to do a little test on how it would fit on there. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Are you excited? Look at that. I'm so excited. Look, 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 look. So using the string I used to make the sides of the tail, this is how I'm gonna make the wall of the tail. See, half and half of the circle, and I just snip it. This can make a circle of that thing. Yep, perfect size. That is a big circle. It's very huge. So while I was cutting the tail, I actually liked the way how that was first sticking out, and I decided not to cut that out, because imagine the tail with a little bit of purple fluff from the bottom. I think that'd be cute, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Make the little belt hoop and sew it onto the tail. Yep, that's way too big. I'm gonna have to trim that out. Yes, way much better. I did a lot of trimming for nothing. But hey, I fixed this. Yay. I have always done this technique where I put two pieces of felt, like a sandwich. I sew them together and make a little cross so they can be it's very durable. Then I would layer it on top, sew it, cut the corners, and be good to go. That's gonna work. Guys, look at this. I love it. That is so freaking awesome. I should make a wagtail without even using those bases. But look at this one. It's so soothing. Ever since I've sewn in the tail, you were probably asking yourself how I was going to attach the tail, well, the tip of the tail. You see, I tried to sew in the tail by putting the outside of this in. Oh my gosh, how do I explain this? Well, I try to put the outside of the fur inside of the tail so I can sew it in, but this tip of the tail is too small. This is way too big to fit inside, so I'm just going to trimmed the fur, as I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of the fur, so I can nicely and safely glue it on here so it wouldn't wobble, you know? It would be put there very nice, like how I did with the claws here. It'll be explained on a different video. Okay, so I've pretty much finished the tail. I'm just waiting for the glue to dry, and I'm really excited because I get to show it tomorrow with good lighting and really cute effects. So I'll see you tomorrow, which is next second for you.